Welcome to AstroEnergy with astrologer angel Shelley Overton. Hello and welcome back. I guess I am the one who probably left and left you all, but this is Shelley Overton, and I am an intuitive astrologer in Orlando, Florida, and you're listening to the AstroEnergy Astrology Show on Blog Talk Radio. So, how are you? How have you been? How's the new year treating you? Are you having a good new year? I hope, but maybe, it's been a little stressful, or hopefully things are moving forward and flowing for you. That would be good. So I want to say hello in the chat room. We've got a couple people that are listening there. And let's see, what else? Oh, yeah, big news. Since the last time I talked to you, I moved. A lot of new stuff. So for me, it's really actually been pretty good, even though it wasn't something I necessarily wanted to do. It was something that the universe wanted me to do. And in doing so, I ended up really cutting some old cords, cutting old energy from the past life, so to speak. And I'm able to start setting up my townhome, the new townhome I'm in a way that really supports me more as a person and as an astrologer and an artist. And so I'm really excited about being here. I've got a sweet little porch that you come up on and a little place to sit and chat with friends, have a glass of wine. And anyway, it's a nice space. I don't know if it's as echoey. If it is echoey, it's 2 stories in the family room here. I'm looking way up and wondering if it sounds kind of different from my normal mode. So hang on one second. I just have to do something real quick. I had a little tickle in my throat there. I didn't want to cough in your ear. So anyway, we are going to be doing something a little different, not too different, not enough to freak you out, but every week I'm going to be giving some information on astrology to you in more kind of a broken down, dividing up the zodiac for you so you can listen and learn as you go. And that will hopefully start to build a little bit more understanding for those who are new to the astrology field. And I'm also going to give you what's going on in the planets right now. So first we're going to start off with Mercury Retrograde, since that is the very biggest current energy today going on, and Mercury is retrograde as of, I wrote it down for you, 10:54 a.m. Eastern and 7:54 Pacific. So I'll have to let you do the math for the middle of the country, and I used to live in the middle of the country, so I used to do the math all the time. But anyway, Mercury is in Aquarius, and he went retrograde today. Now, if he were off by himself, it would be one thing. But he is within 3 degrees right this moment of the moon at 20 degrees Aquarius, and Venus at 22 degrees Aquarius. And the sun literally just went into Aquarius yesterday at 4:43 a.m., and the moon went in at 7:59 a.m. So they both were right there ready and willing to bring in the Aquarian energy for this new year. And right after they went in, of course, today, Mercury said, yeah, hold on a minute. I'm not sure I'm ready to go forward anymore, and I want to go back over some old issues. So what happens with that is anything that we started recently is going to be gone back over, and I'm going to tell you that this is a really good time to redo things. It kind of makes me a little nervous, I have to tell you, because I sold my house and I signed papers, and I had a lot going on this last week between selling a house and moving into a new house and moving with the packing and the unpacking and the shifting and the changing. So some of those things I might have to do again, and honestly, I had a job that I had to finish. Last night was the 3rd deadline, and I was running around trying to get everything to work on the computer. So not only is it a time of incredible electronic mayhem just in general, because Aquarius just doesn't want to be linear. That's all there is to it. Aquarius wants to be quantum, meaning it comes in from every direction. It's like radio energy. Wherever you are, it comes at you from all directions. And now that Mercury, which rules electronics, small devices, transportation, communication, thought, the routine, it's retrograde, it's going to be amping up this electrical energy. And, I would not be surprised if there are some windstorms again and more computer issues. And this is even more profound. Really, the signs that are, when Mercury retrogrades in these signs, it seems to do more mental upheaval. So we've got Libra, which is an air sign, Aquarius, which is an air sign, and Gemini, which is an air sign. It is also ruled by Mercury. And then Virgo, which is an earth sign, but is also ruled by Mercury, are the planets are the signs that seem to get a really clear hit whenever Mercury is in an air sign or, in retrograde, especially Virgo and Gemini, because it's their ruler. So that is the energy you're going to be dealing with for 3 weeks, and probably another week after that till he gets back to where he went retrograde, which is, as of today, 17 degrees. So 17 degrees Aquarius. Okay, so wherever your Aquarius house is, know that that is kind of the time to go back over old thought patterns, old issues. And because Aquarius is the energy of channeling and higher thought coming down to us, inspiration, invention, creativity, it also affects the masses. It affects the psyche of large groups of people. So it also is the sign of humanitarianism. So, of course, right now we will probably be seeing things happen in that realm. And not only is Mercury retrograde, he is also opposing Jupiter along with the Moon and Venus. So Jupiter right now is at 19 degrees Leo, retrograde. So both of them are retrograde, meaning let's get back into our energy more, turning it inwards as opposed to expressing it outwardly, I guess. So Jupiter in Leo is very creative, and again, retrograde, it's expansion. It's going to expand the psyche because it is not able to express outwardly with the forward motion. And being a fire sign, he definitely wants to express outwardly. So right now it's kind of turned inward, so doing a lot of renovation, inner renovation, and that absolutely reflects my life because it has been definitely an inward renovation. So also it's about the creative aspect, children, relationships, and relating. So how can we relate to other people? Are we able to relate to other people? And in the opposition, all the Aquarian energy, Mercury, about how we speak about it, what we think about it. And the Moon is how we feel and what we do to nurture that aspect. And in Aquarius, the Moon in Aquarius is somewhat detached because that is the energy of Aquarius coming right after Capricorn. Of course, Capricorn is very attached to the point of controlling at times, and it can have a real hard time letting go. And Aquarius is here to help us let go. And honestly, it's helped me. And ironically, it falls into my house of home and family. So I am absolutely letting go. The other part is Neptune is at 5 degrees Pisces, and he is squaring Saturn. So Neptune in Pisces, I think we all know, dreamy qualities, division, faith, karma, things from the past, sentimentality, photography, film. And then it's more of an internal expression. Then we have it squaring Saturn and Sagittarius. So Saturn and Sagittarius is also a very spiritual energy like Pisces is, and he is in square 90 degrees, which is a quarter of the circle, to all the Pisces energy. And of course, Mars is also right there next to Neptune within 2 degrees at 7 degrees Pisces. So Saturn squaring Neptune and Mars means that there will be a conflict. And this is not a fun energy generally, because Saturn in a fire sign wants to get it done and wants to create the structure and do. And Mars in Pisces says, yeah, I know you want to go somewhere, but guess what? I have other things that you didn't know about. They're hidden, and I'm going to hold on to those, and I may or may not tell you. So I'm going to derail your efforts, your best efforts at creating that structure the way you think you want to create it. So I was just reading before the show about the pipeline. I can't remember what it's called, the Keystone Pipeline. So I find it really interesting that this is the time when they want to move forward, when Mercury goes retrograde, Mars is squaring Saturn, and Neptune rules oil. So I think it's going to be extremely difficult for that project to go forward. It'll be interesting to see what happens, but I think that definitely with Pluto squaring Uranus, we're going to have a fight, and I think that Mars squaring Saturn conjunct Neptune is, it isn't necessarily going to be an easy road if it does go forward. Okay, so let's see, Uranus in Aries, which brings us around to our first sign of the zodiac. I will start that in a second. But Uranus is conjunct the South Node. South Node is the energy we bring in from past lives, and they're both at 12 degrees Aries right now. And Aries is the energy of expression and assertiveness. It can be aggressive in its negative energy, but it's assertive and forward-moving in its positive expression. And, of course, is the masculine energy coming in. The glyph for Mars is the symbol of man, circle with an arrow coming off the upper right-hand corner. Excuse me. And so we have that strong desire to be autonomous, the Uranian energy, and do our own thing. So if you're feeling that, we only have from now through March 16th, and then that's when our last direct square to the degree that they are squaring Pluto and Uranus will be, I think, at 12 at that point, because I think Pluto is going to go retrograde, and then they will square at 13 if I'm not mistaken. But I will look it up for you because I'm just that way. Let's see here. So that's I should do Jeopardy. Not that I have a great singing voice or anything. Oh, okay. So it's going to be at 15. Is that possible? 15? I guess it's 15. Wow, that kind of surprises me. I didn't think they'd move that far. Anyway, okay, so 15 degrees, we will have them exactly square, which is really an interesting degree because in astrology, everything is symbols. And if you think of numbers, there are 30 degrees in each house in a neat, perfect, whatever the equal house system. Everything is 30 degrees for each sign. And between 30 degrees, half of that is 15. So it's right in the middle. And if you use that idea that 15 degrees is in the middle and translate it to more of a universal energy, the center is balance. And that's ultimately what you get for peace, in my opinion, is balance. You have the positive and the negative, and the fulcrum between the two creates balance and peace. So that's an amazing degree to have its final. Out of 7 squares, the final one is at 15 degrees. So that is worth celebrating, I think. So, okay. Now I'm going to spend a few minutes, just a few, on Aries. So in astrology, each house, each sign has 30 degrees, and the very first one of the zodiac is Aries. Aries rules the first house. It rules the expression that is, like I said, assigned to aggression, assertion, moving forward. It's a fire energy. And he basically starts us off. he rules, Aries is ruled by Mars. So whatever energy Mars brings to the table is the energy assigned to the zodiac sign. So in the case of every sign in the zodiac, whatever planet rules that house, those are the attributes assigned to that sun sign, or, zodiac sign, because of course not everything is a sun sign. It's also a moon sign and a Venus sign and a Mars sign. So astrology begins with Aries, and Aries of course is the constellation of the Ram. So it is about that kind of energy. We express ourselves through hitting our heads into it. It rules the head. Whatever it is that we want to do, we put our head down and just ram it and just go forward with it. And so in the zodiac, the first house is about taking action. It's about the ego. It's about being born, the birth of new ideas, the birth of new energy. And so whatever is in the first house of the zodiac is the energy that is expressed through the ego. So also, I guess I can't really talk about Aries in the first house without mentioning the rising sign, because Aries energy is the ruler of the rising sign. So the first house is Aries naturally. And so what you do in astrology is you overlay the actual rising sign onto that house, and then you take the attributes of Aries, because Aries rules the first house, and then you put other energies on it. Say right now we have a Cancer rising in the eastern U.S. Cancer is about the moon. It is about comfort and security, the mother, the home, the family, nurturing, domesticity, cooking, any of those home-oriented, domestic-oriented energies laid over Aries. So that would mean that it would be like Mars in Cancer. It would be about putting energy into the home. People who have a first house Cancer rising, or even the moon in the first house, are extremely connected to the mother and the home in some fashion. And I can attest to that because I have a Scorpio rising with the moon in the first house. So the moon is definitely the mother. Your mother would be a key factor in your life. And for me, it has always been a stressful aspect, a stressful energy due to other aspects of my chart. But definitely the mother energy right there. But okay, that's Cancer, so I'm just giving you an example. But basically, Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, the first initial energy of a chart. When you do a chart for someone, whatever the horizon is at the time of the casting of the chart, whether it's for a birth or an event, it's going to have the influence of Mars, the influence of Aries underlying that, because that is what influences the first house. So those who are born March 20th through April 20th, of course it gives and takes every year. You have to look to see the exact date and time. But generally it's right around 2021 of each month. So March 20th through the 20th, 21st of April will be Aries. And let me see if there's anything else I want to add to that right now. So pretty much if you have a Martian energy, you are going to be very headstrong, and you probably won't listen to what other people say very much. You'll just want to strong arm it through. And that is also true for wherever Mars falls in your chart, with the exception of probably Libra and Pisces, where Libra wants to balance and they're looking to build bridges, and Pisces just wants to disintegrate boundaries and borders. So those are the two exceptions to the Martian rule, but definitely Mars in Pisces right now does not want to be in Pisces. Mars doesn't want to be in Pisces because Mars is pretty much what I would consider the antidote, because Aries comes after Pisces, and in a progressive chart, and I use that term progressive meaning as you go through each of the signs, you build on the sign before by giving what it did not give. So Pisces wants to make everybody the same and break down boundaries, and let's all just get along and go with the flow. Aries doesn't want to go with the flow. Aries wants to create the flow. So Aries is very assertive. He's not sleepy. He's not dreamy. He's very clear energy and wants to go on and get on with it. So he pretty much makes up for that Piscean energy. And by the end of this month, we're all going to get to see what that's like, because Mars goes into Pisces, or excuse me, Mars goes out of Pisces and into Aries at the end of this month. So I'll look that up for you, because I take it back. You know what? I got it wrong again. How is that possible? End of February. I really was thinking he was only going to be there for a little bit of time and already was in there for a while, but nope. End of February. Okay, so that is your little lesson on Aries for today, and now we're going to take some phone calls. So let's see who we have on the line. Hi, 510, who is this?
Hi, this is Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
How are you?
I'm good.
Hi.
I'm good.
Good. This is fascinating. I'd like to know if you see anything coming up career-wise for me. I'm looking to change jobs. I'd like to know if that's a good move.
Okay, now is your birthday July 9th?
It is.
Okay, I just want to make sure I got the right chart, because you've called before.
Right.
And I just wanted to make sure that I did that before I created a little chart for you. Okay, so you want to know about your career, you said?
Yeah, I'm looking to change jobs seriously, and
okay.
I'm hoping something's going to come up.
It's actually pretty amazing. Are you looking to do something in... Okay, this is what I see. Your Jupiter is expanding the creative side of your nature. It's in your house of higher education. Jupiter rules higher education. It's also in the sign of Leo. So I would say if you're interested in changing jobs, especially with Saturn going into Sagittarius, also a fire sign, also very youthful, it's probably either in education or around children, but I'm not saying it can't be something else. I'm just saying that is a really strong inclination for you right now. You're coming up, I should say, by the end of this year, around September, you're going to be in a Jupiter return, because your Jupiter is at 0 degrees Virgo. So you're also going to go through a major life change, and I think it's probably going to be about owning whatever creative side of your nature and teaching creativity, teaching something creative, which is also a healing endeavor, will be happening later on this year. Are you feeling anything, any drive towards that yet? Because I think it's going to get stronger.
Well, I'm very connected to people, and I'm very connected to the source.
You're connected to people and the what?
And spiritually, I'm very spiritual.
Oh, okay, the source. Okay,
Yes. And when it comes to children, I have no children. Too late for children. I have no children in my life. But okay. I'm very good at teaching people and training people, as I've done in my past career as a trainer and a developer.
Okay. That would be the Jupiter in the house of education. That's a training energy right there. And also Saturn in Sagittarius is also coming in for you for that. And because Saturn in Sagittarius is in the 12th house, it's kind of triggering some of these subliminal things, things you may have put on the back burner in the past, things that could even be you didn't realize you really wanted, because it's in the 12th house. You end up going, oh, wow, yeah, I remember doing that as a kid and it was so fun. Why didn't I keep doing that? You've got major life changes coming this year. So let's see what else I see here. And you're in a Mars return. So Mars is going to be at 17 Pisces, which is where your natal Mars is. So Mars is where you're taking action. It's very spiritual right now, and it's about communicating that spirituality and that faith. It's also, again, Mars and Pisces, I would say you're a person who is attracted to movies or film or expressing a story in some fashion, especially in the third house, because the third house, Mars and Pisces, wants to thread the past into the present. They want to bring it full circle and say, see how this all fits here. Look at this. It happened before, and now look where it's at now. I mean, you just have to express yourself. Probably it can be an artistic way. Definitely Mars and Pisces is artistic. Is that something you do?
I'm very creative in probably a visual way, but I'm very creative. Artistically, yes.
Okay, good. So definitely strong energy going on right there for your Mars, because Neptune will be there for the next decade and into, let's see, mid 2020s. So this is something that is building for you. It's only just begun, so to speak. And Mars right there, as it's approaching your natal Mars, you are really getting a strong hit on the Piscean energy. It's about that dreamy quality and doing something that's more allowing and less driven, especially through the end of February when I said Mars goes into Aries. Once Mars goes into Aries, I think that you're going to be doing something out of your home for yourself. I think that you're going to have your own home business.
You know, I'm doing something like that right now.
I think it's going to get stronger.
I just don't see how it could, because I've done this for 38 years.
Okay, but it doesn't mean it's going to take the same shape. Uranus in Aries is about sales, and if you're looking more towards retirement, it could be online sales. It could be doing something that you really enjoy doing, like just as an example, home parties, some type of MLM, multi-level marketing. Like one of my favorites is Origami Owl. Doing something that brings in the creative aspect, putting necklaces together. I'm just using that as an example. But selling, and then you would have like an internet presence, and, it just kind of all comes together. So it doesn't necessarily have to be and I would honestly say it's not going to be the same way that you're used to it, because Uranus is about the unexpected. It's about things that shift and change shape, and Mars going into Aries, and it's going to be about the home. So there's probably something going on around the home. It could be selling your home. I wouldn't be surprised, especially with Jupiter up on the cusp, the last cusp of the 8th house, which is about joint property. I don't know if you have any joint property or anything you want to sell, but definitely when Mars hits the cusp of home and family, it could trigger that. But as far as your career is concerned, you're definitely in a new phase, and Pluto literally just went into your house of money. So it's about owning your own personal authority and your credibility. And then it's also on the Aries side about creating something new that's exciting and out of the home that I don't think you've done before. It's new. It's about new. Okay?
Good. I like that. I like that.
Good.
Great.
Well, it's going to be fun.
Sounds exciting.
And then, I don't know if you do anything. I just, for some reason, wanted to tell you this, but there was something I saw on Facebook. Somebody was saying, hey, we're going to have a wine and art thing we're going to go to. I don't know if you are an artist, but if you do, that could be something fun to do out of your home as well. Invite friends over and get the easels and all the supplies, and just, have the art party at your house, and, say, hey, just $25 and bring your own bottle of wine, and we'll all have a fun time or something. You know what I mean? Have a house party, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I'm just throwing it out there, but, creative and different. That's what you're looking to see. Okay?
Got it. Thank you so much. I really
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Hey, my pleasure.
Bye-bye.
I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, let's see. What time is it? 5:28. I'm going to just take a quickie and be right back. Let me just alter where this is. There we go. Now I can get to it. Be back in about 1 minute. In these days of stress, running around, responsibilities, we all need a little place to go to make it all better. Is that place sports, football, or maybe you like to garden, paint, or just listen to music? Wherever your happy place is, you can find a shirt or mug to reflect that happy place. At myhappyplace.rocks, we have a variety of lifestyle products, including iPhone cases, pajamas, and pet items, all with beautiful, colorful designs, which help us go to our happy place. Stop by on the web for great gift ideas for others and yourself. myhappyplace.rocks. Lenny Pickett appears courtesy of Random Act Records. Check them out at randomactrecords.com. Okay, welcome back. My name is Shelley Overton, and you are listening to the AstroEnergy Astrology Show on Blog Talk Radio here in the year of 2015. I'm very excited to be here. Today is January 21st. If you're listening and are not really sure what date this was recorded, it's recorded January 21st. So let's go back to the phone line, see who we have. 707. Hi, who is this?
Hi, this is Colby.
Hi, Colby. How are you? I don't think I've taken you, have I, before?
Oh, I'm new.
Oh, awesome.
I'm happy to be
Yay.
here.
Too cool. Okay, so what is your birth information, if you don't mind telling me?
August 18th, 1979 in Oregon.
Okay, do you know what time you were born?
8:13 a.m.
Okay, and you said Oregon?
Yeah.
Which town?
Medford.
Medford. Cool. All right. And let's see. Please just let me do this without deleting the date. Yay! We did it. Okay. Hang on one second. I'll get the other little chart for what's going on in the sky now and tell you what you want to know. What is it you'd like to know today?
I kind of would just love to hear what you see, maybe possibly relationship stuff, but I'm open.
Okay, relationship stuff. Well, Mars will be definitely hitting your marriage and partnership house coming up pretty quick here. And I think it's going to be by the end. I just poked myself in the eye with my glasses. That was not good. Okay, let's see. You have a 15-degree Pisces on your cusp of your house of marriage and partnership, which is the very first day of February. So Valentine's Day has some possibilities for you, which is a good thing. Neptune is also in Pisces. So for me, and Venus right now is in Aquarius in your house of work. So it looks like if you're looking to meet someone, I would say go to a social network based on what it is you do for a living. Or, so what do you do for a living?
I do massage and stuff. I actually have a partner at the moment. It's kind of newish, so it's been like 4 months.
Oh, well, that is new. Oh, awesome. Okay. Well, definitely have, I think, a deepening and a connectedness that's coming up for you again through February. So that'll be good for you in February. Venus will also be in Pisces by then, so there will be a deep kind of emotional bond coming up. So let's see, and you're in a Jupiter return as well, Jupiter at 21 Leo. And let's see, Saturn is going to be moving towards your natal Neptune in the house of home and family. So I think that there is a possibility you could be moving, and usually when heavy-hitting planets conjunct in the house of home and family, especially in the sign of Sagittarius, which these are doing, Saturn on your Neptune, that is a strong likelihood you'll be moving somewhere. So are you interested in going to another place, another location? Okay, well.
Probably not too far away, but I would love a new location.
I don't know about that, but it could be farther than you think. Yeah, it could be, especially with Jupiter in Leo conjuncting your natal Jupiter. There's a trine it's trine by sign, I should say, fire energy going on in your chart. And Saturn will briefly go back into Scorpio between April and June this year. And then when he goes forward, he'll be going into your house of home and family. I would say later on this year. Let me just look it up for you and try not to poke myself in the eye while I do it. Okay, let me see. So we're looking for Saturn getting to 13 degrees. And wow, he really is cooking through the sign. Saturn, believe it or not, Saturn will... Oh, no, I take it back. Okay, that's Scorpio. I'm like, what? 28? How could he get to 28? Sorry. So it's going to be in February of next year. It'll probably gel a little bit more for you when he gets to 13 degrees. But this year, a lot of energy is going on subliminally with relationships. You've got, again, Leo is in your 12th house, Jupiter's in your 12th house, and Leo rules romance, and it rules the subconscious and subliminal things. So for you, you really need to relate to another person. Relating, I mean, that's such a word. People just throw that around like, oh, it's a relationship, you need to relate. But what it is you're looking for commonalities. You have to find a commonality in a partner, and that's what you crave. Jupiter, 2 degrees off Venus for you, Venus, goddess of love, and she's 2 degrees off of Sun. So your ego, absolutely, not only do you look for commonalities, but it's like you want to break down any barriers. You immerse yourself with the person. I would say the danger for you is giving yourself over to the other person completely and not maintaining your own structure of who you are. Okay? So especially with all the romance planets and the Sun in the 12th, Venus in the 12th, and Saturn in the 12th, you've got Mars in Pisces right now, and the Neptune in Pisces is going to be really part of your lesson is to stick up for yourself and not just blend completely. And that's what you're naturally wanting to do, is just blend. But that's part of the lesson you have to learn in the next year and a half, okay? When Jupiter's in your 12th house, he's expanding the things in your life. So I think that what you also see probably in this relationship as it goes along is you aren't feeling like you're getting as much attention as you would want. And that's probably part of the hazard of Sun in Leo conjunct Venus and Leo in the 12th house. Okay? Jupiter's there expanding that feeling. So this relationship is designed to really show you where you need to stand up for yourself, because whatever it is you think you're not getting from him, it's because you're not allowing yourself to have that. And that mirror of other people in our relationships is there to show us what we feel inside, what we lack. So whenever he or she brings out something in us and we're like, you're not paying attention to me, and like I just said today to my parents, is it any wonder I feel like people don't listen to me because I was talking and they were not listening to me. So when you feel that, it's within yourself. Like they're showing you how you feel about things. And so pay attention to that. And then, like, if it's something, say, for what I just gave an example of, like, okay, I feel like people don't listen to me. Well, how can I make my voice heard? Maybe I don't feel like I can get my point across, and then that's something I can work on myself. So whatever it is you're feeling in the relationship, look to how you're feeling about that situation, and that's a clue to what your belief system is. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
So, yeah, is there anything else you'd like to know?
Really quick question. I was curious about this with Mercury Retrograde. Is it a good time to do a cleanse? We were actually both wanting to start a cleanse coming up here sometime in the next couple weeks or month.
For you, absolutely. I'm not sure what your partner's chart looks like, but all of the planets are in your Virgo house of health. So it's probably alternative health care, which I think cleanses in this day and age seem to be alternative. I don't know why. They should be natural. But, yeah, definitely for you, now's a great time for a cleanse, I think, especially, the retrograde. It's like, okay, number one, you're going back within. You're looking internally. So that's really good for a cleanse, is to look internally. Real quick tip for you, too. When Mercury goes retrograde, it goes back into your house of romance, creativity, and children. So there could be some ideological things going on with the relationship. So it's like, oh, I was thinking it was this. Let's revisit that. It isn't what I thought it was. So there could be something that comes up that you're like, that wasn't what I thought. And that energy is going to be there for a few weeks. Okay. So just know that if you're like, that didn't seem that way the first time, that's Mercury retrograde. Okay. So it could be like a little like, what the heck is that? That wasn't what I thought it was. It's just that surprise element. Okay.
Yep.
But yeah, looks good for a cleanse. Okay.
Okay, great. Thank you, Shelley, so much.
You're welcome. My pleasure. Good talking to you. Thanks for calling.
You too. Bye.
Okay, bye. All righty. Let's see. We've got 727, if it comes up. Hi, 727. Who is this?
Hi, this is Erin.
Hi, Erin. Have you called before?
Oh, I call every once in a while. It's been a while.
Okay. Well, I don't see you under that area code prefix. Do you have a different prefix, or should I just start a new chart?
Probably a new chart. I'm a Leo with a Aquarius. My moon's in Aquarius, and I have a Taurus rising.
Okay, well, give me a second here, and I'll get all your specific information going on, okay? All right, it's ERIN, Erin?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay, great. What is your birthday?
8/16/62.
Oh, wow. That's only 2 days off another caller that we had. Okay, 1962. And what time were you born?
1:15 a.m. Pacific.
Okay. And where were you born?
Los Angeles County.
Okay. So do you do astrology?
I don't do it myself.
Okay. I thought maybe you did it because you sounded like you were so specific in your time and how you presented. It's like, she sounds like she does astrology.
No.
Okay. So what can I do for you? What is it you'd like to know?
I just like a general lookout, short one.
Okay. The energy that's going on right now, the strong Aquarian, Pisces, Aries energy, is all falling in the house of higher education, understanding, spirituality. It's the 9th house. And it's also, Mars is right there, which is action, in Pisces, on top of Jupiter. And so it's within 2 degrees of your natal Jupiter. It's also within 2 degrees of your natal Chiron. So what that means, it's a very strong energy too. So you also have a moon in Pisces according to this chart. You said moon in Aquarius, but it's at 0 degrees in my chart. I do porphyry. I don't know if that makes a difference, but so yeah, your moon is in Pisces at 0, and then Neptune is between your moon and your Jupiter along with Mars. So there's a ton of energy in Pisces going on in your chart, making you really want to break down what you have known before spiritually and maybe challenge it. So that also translates to faith being like a question for you now, because Mars is within 2 degrees of your natal Chiron. Chiron is the wounded healer. So something could be coming up for you that triggers that sense of insecurity about your beliefs, about your spirituality, or about the direction you're taking with regards to your education or higher understanding of education. Can also mean you're about ready to shift and change to a new direction, especially since Mars is on top of Jupiter in Pisces. Jupiter usually means transitions and expansion, and it's right there within 4 degrees of your career cusp. So Mars is really triggering Jupiter, and then Jupiter is triggering your sun down in Leo in your house of thought, communication, thought processes. So there's a lot of stuff, and it's also elementary education down there as well. So I don't know if you have that's funny, an element of education going on in your interests, but there's definitely, like with Jupiter's school, and it's in the house of elementary school, and it's also on your, is that something that, and you have 3 planets in Virgo in that house as well, so it tells me strong healing, strong teacher energy in your chart. Is that what you do?
No, it isn't, but
you're attracted to it, though.
No, but I'm trying to make a transition as far as a focus with regard to my own education.
Okay. So, Saturn is in Aquarius for you in the 8th house, and that's your career and life purpose. And you're can't get that out. You are a humanitarian, and the sun is going to be triggering that in the next couple of days, triggering your Saturns. And it's also, so it's humanitarian. Again, it's Aquarius, which means autonomy. And it is definitely the sign of don't tell me what to do. Ironically, in the 8th house, which is about commitment in partnership and the physical goods of the partnership, so houses, joint houses, properties, bank accounts, IRS, anything like that. So insurance, taxes, government, all that is in that house, and you have Saturn there. So those are elements of things that you have in your life purpose. So it's also goods of the deceased, death and dying. And with Aquarius, it is definitely, I would say you probably are a medium of some sort. You have an amazing mediumistic ability, because channeling is when I look at a channel, somebody who just brings through information like claircognizant, that would be Saturn and Aquarius. And in the house of Scorpio, you can connect to people who have passed on. So I don't know if you've ever tried that, but you would be really talented at it. So,
well, we all try to serve as best we can. Okay, so coming up for this the transitions I'm looking at for education.
Sure.
I'm trying to get a feel for a couple of different things. Can you make a suggestion of all?
Get a feel in a sense of where to put your energy?
Yeah, I had some research coming up, and my youngest daughter's college just cost us a huge extra bundle of money recently.
Okay.
Because
so you're looking for the money.
Late. Well, no, I've just had to put out a bunch of money that a lot of money that should have gone towards my research. I'm going to end up having to put towards her school unexpectedly because we were late getting some information to her.
Okay.
So it's just really causing me some problems. So I was going to do some research in an area that had to do with my last degree, and I'm thinking that I may try to focus on this new degree and just focus on some research in that area instead.
Okay, if you tell me the areas, and I can tell you more specifically.
Okay. Well, I don't know. With this new one, it may be more. I don't know. I have to find some new research. It would be locally in my current area.
Well, what I see in your chart is, number one, your thoughts go towards things, again, Virgo, medical field, healing, alternative health, because Uranus in Virgo is very alternative, meaning, herbs, Reiki, massage, could be chiropractic, anything like that.
I can't really go in that kind of direction.
No medical field?
Really more it is medical, yeah. It's just not. I'm not really doing a lot. I can't really do a lot of research that's sort of off the grid. I have to have documented legitimate stuff to do.
Well, I think there's going to be a big shift though for you this year, because Jupiter goes into Virgo and it's going to hit Uranus, and then it's going to hit Pluto for you in the next year, and that's going to be like major shift. And it also is publishing in the third house. It's about publishing. So if that research is being published, I think that you're going, I would look to things like getting a grant to write about it and potentially publish what you find out in your research.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's just this whole thing just came up in the last 3 weeks, where they've just basically screwed me for thousands of dollars because they were late. They could have given her this information back in November, and they just didn't. I'm baffled as to why. But it just came today that I'm like,
and
so that's
that's the kind of thing going on right now. Again, all the Aquarian energy is very much like, at least this is the thing, is the information is coming. It's coming out of the blue, but it isn't necessarily something you wanted, because you've got an strong opposition between Jupiter and the 3 planets in Aquarius. So Jupiter is down there in your house of education, and it's also in the sign of Leo, which is children, and then it's opposing all the other energy going on in Aquarius, Venus, Moon, Sun, and Mercury up there. So it's like, okay, here's the information, but it's from the past, and why didn't it come out? That's how I see that in your chart. I think that things will smooth out. I think it's going to be a rough patch for a little bit, but I think it's going to be better. Like right now, I could explain this, and I do for the people who are trying to learn astrology. The sun is right next to Vesta. Vesta is a loss of some sort. It's a structural financial loss, and the sun is right there next to it. But then the sun goes on top of your Saturn, which is shining the light on your career and life purpose. So I think things are going to start to get better, on top of the fact that Jupiter, he's retrograde right now, and when he goes direct, he's going to be on your sun, your natal sun in Leo.
Okay.
So
it's just going to push me in a completely different direction. I just kind of caught me off guard.
Yeah, it is, and it's in your chart though. It's right there that things are shifting, and especially Mercury in Aquarius is completely not what you thought. That is like a leprechaun. It's like, look over here. They're taking the right hand, going, see over here, and then they do something with their left hand, and you're looking over to the right. Or a magician, It's like totally not what I thought it was, and that's the way it's going to be for the next month or so. Yeah, so let's see. What was I looking at? I totally spaced out. Leo, when Jupiter goes direct in April. So like the 7th of April, that's when Jupiter goes direct. And then he will get back, and he goes pretty quickly when he goes forward. So by the 23rd, by July. So I know, it's going to take a little bit of time to get up on planes, so to speak, but July time frame, literally around your birthday it's going to be a good birthday month, I think. And July and August. So around the 8th of July. So just think of 4th of July. So aim for the 4th of July, and Jupiter will be on your sun. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to whack the microphone. Jupiter will be right there on your sun, going into your he'll be right about where he is now, moving forward, which is what you want, because it means expanding forward. And it also, he's going back into your house of money. So right about the time he goes direct in April, then things can start to come back in money-wise for you. And actually, Jupiter in your house of money in Leo is a really good sign, and coming up on your natal Leo between, I would say, May 1st and September is going to be a really fortunate time for risk-taking and getting bigger rewards. It's a gambling energy, and it's also it's one of the more fortunate signs of the zodiac, Leo, is especially for gambling. Not that I'm telling you to go out and buy a ticket, but if you do take more risks, the money's going to come, and the spotlight's going to be on you. And financially, I think it's going to be there. Right now, it's a little bit tight because Jupiter's retrograde. He's going back into the house of money. It's kind of like children, money, children. When he goes direct in April, it's gonna ease up for you. Okay?
All right, great. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. All right.
You're welcome. My pleasure. Happy New Year to you. Thanks. Okay, let's see. We've got a friend of the show here. If it comes up, come on, Pokey. Mary Lou.
Hi.
Are you there? Hi. How are you?
I'm good. It's been like a year since I talked to you.
Has it really been that long? I can't believe it. Oh, have mercy. Now I'm trying to find you, and I don't know how I put you in my database. So let's see if I can find you down here. Oh, darn. I have you in here. Do you have a phone prefix, like an area code you usually call under?
No, I use my Skype.
Okay. Well, I wonder if you're under 1111 somewhere. And otherwise, we're going to put you in. I bet you're there. I just know that you're there. I'm going to find you after I do you. Okay. I will take your information again. How about that?
Okay. October 2nd.
Okay. Hang on a second. I probably put you in under Mary Lou. I wouldn't be surprised if I did that. Say it again.
I'm sure you'll find me under Mary Lou Who. It's 10/22.
10/22.
62. Everything's rhyming.
Well, 2s are good, though. That's really cool. 10/22, 62. Okay, what time?
12:07 a.m.
Okay. And where? Where were you born?
Wheeling, West Virginia.
Wheeling?
Wheeling.
Okay, got it. Yep, there it is. Let's see if I can do it without losing your date. Oh, okay, hang on. I'm going to save you as Mary Lou. Yep. I already had you as Mary Lou Who, so I just didn't go down to the bottom of my W's. That's too funny.
Because I always Skype.
Well, but see, what happens is I have to put you in as somebody I have to put in a last name. And usually for the last names, I put in the area code. So everything is organized by number. But since you don't have you actually come across as Mary Lou, so it doesn't do that for me. Anyway, lengthy explanation, but I got you now. I will not forget you again. I will find you right under who. So, what is it you want to know about today?
Anything that comes up or love life. I would love to be successful at making shifts.
Okay, well, love life looks really good right now because Venus just went into literally just over the cusp into commitment, and she's in Aquarius, and then she's going to be going into Pisces, and my light is getting dimmer and dimmer, and I've got to see this, and I don't have a lot of light. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can make it out in the dim dusk. Okay, Venus, 22. Okay, so February 15th. So Valentine's Day, right around Valentine's Day should be really good. Venus will be at, I'm just looking, hang on a second, let me see, what did I just say, 22? Oh, okay, I see why I said that. No, that's not what I meant to do. Okay, actually the end of this month will be really good. Venus goes into Pisces on the 28th of January, and then that puts her right on top of your natal Jupiter in the house of commitment, which is expansion. So that's going to be a really awesome time for you. So just towards the end of the month, not too long, you know. What else have you got here? You've got Jupiter on your moon. My goodness. So you're calling. So this is another thing, because how I read is intuitive. I use symbology very strongly. So the moon is emotion, and it's in Leo, which is, of course, relationships. Jupiter is right there retrograding over your moon. So I'm thinking there's someone, like a past love or a past relationship that could be coming up. And I would highly believe that, Venus going into Pisces. Pisces is also from the past. So I'm thinking somebody's coming back in from the past for you.
All right.
Yeah. Do you have anyone that's potentially around?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then let me see. Saturn's going to be retrograding back over your natal Venus in Scorpio. So, yeah, I would definitely say somebody's coming back from the past, and there's definitely strong potential for that relationship. It may not necessarily be somebody you've already had a relationship with, but definitely somebody you know from the past. So, it's cool.
That
creative.
Is cool.
Creative and sensitive, really sensitive. And I think that you have a lot of potential for travel and fun, because Saturn's going to be going through your fifth house of romance. So, and Sagittarius is what rules it, which is about long distance and travel and adventure and fun. And yay, it's exciting because it's also ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter's on your moon. So, definitely a strong connection. I think that the connection is going to be that heart-centered connection. Like love always heart-centered, but I'm saying more like a familiarity, like family. That kind of energy is coming in. Okay?
Okay.
You may have already met. They're coming from the past, but there may already be somebody right there, and you just don't know it. So, and the moon is opposing that. So the moon in Aquarius wants to express it along with Mercury. So it's kind of like, hey, as a matter of fact, Mercury retrograde could be really good for what I'm telling you, because Mercury retrograde means Mercury is going back to the past and reliving it, and it's expressing it. So you might actually hear from the person with a retrograde Mercury. So please let me know how it goes.
You and everyone else.
Well, I'm excited for you. You've got a lot of good stuff coming up with your chart.
Oh,
especially
good.
by Valentine's Day, my favorite holiday.
It's going to be during Mardi Gras here in New Orleans.
Oh, are you in New Orleans? New Orleans?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's a party town. So if you can't meet somebody for Valentine's Day in New Orleans, I don't know where you can meet them.
Well, it is a little challenging when you have kids.
You have kids, yeah. How old are your kids?
12 and 8.
Oh, yeah. So you don't have anyone to kind of watch them?
Correct.
Well, then you know what you do is you find fun places to go with kids, and keep an eye out for other single dads.
I will do so.
Yeah. So do it like a museum on Saturday, or I only have a minute left. So yay.
Thank you. That was good. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. We'll keep in touch. Definitely, even in the chat room, just let me know, okay?
I will.
Well, take care. Bye, Mary Lou.
All right, bye.
Okay, to everyone else, thank you so much. It was a wonderful day. I had a good time. I hope you did too. Tune in next week, and we'll see you soon. Bye. Thanks for stopping by AstroEnergy this week. If you would like to get a hold of Shelley Overton, you can get her at astrologerangel.com, on Facebook at AstroEnergy or Astrologer Angel. The music was provided by Kevin MacLeod at incompetech.com with additional music by Ironwood Rain. Check them out on the net at ironwoodrain.com.